Oh, do you hear that thunder? It's getting ready to storm, which is so nice. We haven't had any rain. It's been like a chance of storms every day, but they keep missing our area. But it's really gloomy out and windy, so maybe we'll actually get some rain today. We definitely need the rain. So it's a little bit gloomy in here. I brought in some extra light, so hopefully the lighting is okay. I'm still like trying to play around with lighting for some of my videos when there's not enough natural light. But anyway, thank you so much for being here today and joining me. So today I am specifically working on begonias. I have to propagate some, or I want to try and propagate some. For those of you that have been watching, I have a shelf here with my, what I call my ambient begonias. They don't get any extra humidity. And then recently I set up 2 Millsbow wide cabinets for kind of like propagations. One eventually is just going to be a begonia cabinet, and then the other one will be for propagations, but they hold more humidity, like around 70–75%. Some of the begonias are like terrarium type begonias. I don't have a lot of varieties, but I do have some that kind of require more humidity. Honestly, maybe just one. I feel like one is just a terrarium begonia, and the others I'm scared to move them to ambient. So they're staying in there for now. I think I would like to try and experiment growing some of these in my ambient conditions, but for now they're gonna stay in there. I'm gonna be working on this table and I'll kind of give you different angles. I have a lot of supplies I brought out right here. So this bin, my goal is to fill up this bin with propagations. I can usually hold like 12 to 16 plants in here. It really depends on how big they are and the size of the pot and everything. And with the lid closed, this will maintain pretty good humidity. And then I have a vase of water for some begonia cuttings I'm going to do. So I have moss, I have shears and alcohol. We don't need my protein shake and my phone, we'll move those. I have a couple different size cups for the moss propagation. And I also have a different container here that's going to hold humidity for one of the begonias that I'm too scared to put just in the bin. I want to make sure it can get really good humidity, so I'm going to try it in here. Now, a lot of these begonias I've never propped before, so I'm only going to take like a cutting or two to experiment. If they root up and do well, then I'll list them. I get intimidated with begonias. I feel like everyone has that plant genus that they're more intimidated by, or like you've tried growing and you can't. I feel like that's me with begonias. Not all begonias. I feel like specifically for me, begonias that do want more humidity are the ones that I tend to struggle with. I just think begonias in general are just a beautiful plant genus. There's so many varieties and tones and textures and colors, and they're beautiful, and it'd be fun to dabble and experiment a little bit more with those. Before I start propagating, what I'll do is go ahead and give you a mini update on the begonias. And I'll kind of give you a game plan on which ones I plan on propagating. We can go ahead and take some clippings and get them set up, and hopefully it's not too long of a video. I don't think it'll take that long to propagate some of these, but I'm excited to experiment a little bit and see how it goes. But yeah, I hope you enjoy, and let's go ahead and give you a little update. Okay, so with these on the shelf, I don't want to propagate too many of these because my snow-capped is one of my favorites, the variegated snow-capped. I started a second mother plant, I've mentioned that. I do have maybe like 5 or 6 plants of this one left, so I could take a couple clippings, but I'm gonna hold off because I only have the one bin right now to fill up, and I want to save that for some other begonias. I might take a clipping or two of the white ice because I'm getting low on that one. The Soli Mutata right there, mine is low variegation, and I tried to propagate through leaf propagation, and all the growth came in variegated with every single clipping. I think I had like 15 leaves, 15 to 20, and all the new growth came in all white, so they didn't make it, unfortunately. So I'm gonna take like a rhizome cutting with that one, because I would like to create a couple more plants. That one down there, I have not propagated yet, the Rouge variegated. I might take like a clipping or two. The Malacostosta right there, that one I'm not going to prop today because I have some props going of that one, and like I said, I'm limited on space. I did take a photo of the blooms of that one. You can see a couple of the blooms on it still, but they're so cute, like up close. I was zooming in with my iPhone and the blooms are so cute. And then the other begonias that are here are my maculata, my variegated ones. What's kind of funny is I had purchased this one after my original one was kind of growing in all variegated, and I've cut my original one back, and the growth that's coming in back on it is kind of low green, but my plan for that one is to cut it all the way back. Not today though. I might take a couple clippings because I have a lot of pink maculata growing right now. I've been experimenting because some of the growth is coming in more green and some of the growth is coming in really variegated. I have let go of a few props that were pretty variegated, and I did keep some. I want to replace that mother plant with a more variegated one, so I have a couple options. I have this one here that is a prop from her, and the growth is coming in very pink. I have those leaves. Well, I guess these two leaves, and then the new one has some pink on it. But I feel like this one was promising. There was one prop that I let go of that I kind of wanted to keep, but I can't keep them all. I have to tell myself I can't keep them all. I may end up letting this one go. I already potted it up and everything, and it's growing. I might not keep this one. And the other one is here that is pretty variegated. She spit out that leaf. That's the newest one. And then this leaf here has some good color. And this one is just one little cutting. I usually like to water prop cane begonias. I usually get a little bit of a root system going, and then I will pot it into my substrate. But I have potted these in substrate with no roots and they do fine. But I find just growing a little bit of water roots first helps them transition. Sometimes I get burning on the leaves. It kind of looks like it's dried, I guess, maybe just from a lack of moisture, or I feel like if I water prop them first, in my experience, I don't really get that as much. So this is good to pot up even with that little bit of root, but I'm gonna wait and pot this one up. But I'll see which one, this one or that one that I just showed you, which one comes in with more pink, and I'll probably let the other one go. Because I have this big one, like this one here, that has some really beautiful variegation on it, and I haven't propped that one yet. But I kind of want one that I'm not going to prop back all the time, so that was the plan with this one, to let it grow big. Eventually I'll have to prop it, but for right now I'm just gonna let it grow, and then the plan, like I said, is to chop that one all the way back and replace it with one of these. Oh, we are finally getting some rain. Look at that. Can you see it raining? Oh, that's so nice. Okay, these are my two Millersville cabinets, and this one on the left will eventually, I think, be all begonia. I do have some allocations, some other like random plants in here for now, just because it's maintaining pretty good humidity. The other one is too, now that I've added more plants. They're both in the 70s right now. This one is currently, you can see the hydrometer there. It's 74% humidity and about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And I did water everything in here a few days ago, so everything's pretty hydrated right now. So I feel like it's a good time to go ahead and take some propagations. That begonia Lemoon is a new begonia for me, and it's growing like crazy. I want to go ahead and take like 1 or 2 clippings of that one. I have one there, a Gogoensis, that I want to try and prop. That's a rhizome begonia. And then I have a pink urchin. That's really my only terrarium type begonia that I want to take some cuttings. And then I have a couple more up there that I want to take some propagations. A Jenny, and then I have a Colada pink that's mostly reverting now, so I feel like it'll be good to go ahead and chop that one back. And I think that's it as far as begonias go in here. I thought there was more, but there's not. I definitely want to get some more begonia because I do really love them, and now that I have like a higher humid spot for them, I feel like they would really love being in here. I feel like I'll definitely be rearranging a lot in here too. I'm trying to decide which one to prop. Oh, I forgot I have another one up there, a Julo. I forgot I moved that one. That one's kind of reverted anyway, so I think I want to take a clipping of that one. This is one that I want to, I think, put in spag moss. But I want to take some clippings just while the plant is in here, but I'll give you a closer look. This is one that I would like to grow in ambient, or at least try to. I do have some like crisping, but look at this huge leaf. Like, it's massive, humongous. I have a growth point here, and I have 2 more here. This is all grown back from like one little node that I had. I feel like you can't really see. Okay, I think that's better. I think you couldn't really see it. So I'm thinking about, I feel like This one here is good, this little node. I might go ahead and clip this one because like not too big, you know, like right here. So it's like a 2-leaf with a third one propping. And then I might go ahead and take this one right here, this top cut. It's one of the bigger leaves. Okay. Well, I guess it's not one of the huge leaves like that. I feel like that's a decent size. And that's all I'm gonna take because like I said, I don't wanna take too much in case they end up not doing well for me, but it's such a pretty begonia. Mine did not fare well in shipping, so if these do root and grow up just fine, I'm gonna be really anxious to ship those. All right, let's do our cuttings first and then we'll do some more propagating. This honestly is probably going to be a lot of back and forth. If it was more humid in here, I wouldn't care so much, but because there is like a big change, I don't want these cuttings getting floppy because they can go floppy out of high humidity very quickly. I'm thinking for these guys, I don't know what size. I have 2 different sizes I brought out. They're not that much of a difference. I think one is 9 and one is maybe like a 12 ounce. I think I might do the small one. Okay, I'm gonna move a couple of these items because I don't really need all this up here. I don't need this water one yet either. I'm gonna set this up here. I also have a little water here that I can use to mist the moss because this is like damp, but it's not like super wet or anything, but I might mist it a little bit more. So I'm just gonna pack some in here and then add our clipping. Like that, and then pack around it. I would ship these in moss and perlite like this. I wouldn't pot them up once they root. Once I can see some roots then, and they've stabilized, then like I said, I'll see how they do. I could pot them up in a soil mix, but I might not. Oh, it's so cute. What a pretty, pretty begonia. I'm gonna go ahead and mist this a little bit. It's not as wet as I would like. Okay. And then we'll stick this in here because it's pretty humid in here already. Okay, and we'll do this other one. I might not need those big cups then. I think they're a little too big. Oh, this one's really pretty. Like, look at that one. For those of you that have a begonia lemoon, is yours grown in ambient or do you keep yours in high humidity? I do want to acclimate one of these to ambient to see how it does. I'm gonna have to get some like plastic containers for shipping. Ooh, how pretty. She looks so good. I think they'll root right up. I don't think there would be an issue. Oh my goodness, those are beautiful. Okay, let's take our next victim. Okay, next up is Begonia Julo, or something like that. The pink I heard is only like on new growth, and then it kind of fades. You don't really have that pink anymore. I still see like a lot of like pink undertones in certain lighting. I haven't had this one that long, but I kind of want to clip it. It's like one vine right here. I would love some more growth to come in down here, but I think I'll just take one clipping like right here for now. And we'll go ahead and leave this and let this kind of grow in some more. I'd like it to get really like full and bushy and everything. It's a really pretty begonia. I love the like ruffling on the leaf edge. Begonias are so pretty. Okay, and this one I think I'm going to just pluck this leaf away because it's kind of low on the stem here. Like that. I could try and prop that leaf, but I don't really have success with propagation through like leaf. Because I tried it with some and I'm just like, I don't know. I'd rather just have like a node or a rhizome with it. I feel like they grow better for me. Oh, but still, that one's really pretty. I know the lighting kind of sucks today. That one in there. Try not to make the leaves touch the edge because that condensation melts the leaves. And look how beautiful this Jenny is. Oh, this was my second Jenny that I've tried growing. My first one didn't make it, but this one has really good color. I feel like I have really good variegated leaves. There's one over here that's growing all pink. That was my issue with the first one that I tried. It grew all pink and there was just no saving it. But this one is really good, I feel like. I think I am going to take this in cutting because it's really variegated and pretty. And it's getting kind of long. So I'm going to do this top one here. Like that. And then I might take one more of this. Let's see. I'm trying to think which one I want to do. I think I might take this one over here on the side. Okay. Ooh, this one's really pretty. I love that one. I have to be careful because I snap so many leaves sometimes when I'm potting plants, like propagations. I like bend the leaf the wrong way to like pack the base and then it snaps on me. Try to be careful that with this one. It has like a node down here too growing. She's a really pretty Jenny Galaxy. Oh, some fun begonias. Look at all the colors in there. Okay. This one, this leaf is crisping a bit. I think I'm going to go ahead and clip this one just so I have more of a stem. works. And here's that other one. And then this one here is the colada. It's supposed to be pink variegated. A lot of it was pink down below. I think there's just like one side that's pink. It's supposed to look like that. Do you see how pretty that is? And then this is all kind of reverted. I don't really want the reverted growth at all. I want to try and get the pink. So let's see where it's okay. I'm just pruning some of this. Oh, down that one goes. I'm pruning it quite a bit. Okay, we'll see kind of what grows from there. It seems like the lower nodes were activating pink. This side here, that's kind of growing pink. I might just do one cutting here, like right here, and plant that one. And that's it for this guy. So we have this one that has pink. This will be our propagation. All right, that is that one. I know not everyone agrees with this, but when you're a seller, or at least for me, like, because I've been selling now for 3 years, I think. Yeah. Not every plant, not every cutting, and not every node I save. And it's just, when you think about it, too, it's like you're putting time, energy, cost of materials, everything into, you know, each individual propagation. And sometimes some cuttings just aren't worth that. Like, for example, I'm not keeping these even though they're reverted. Sure, I could try and propagate them and list them as like reverted plants or starts, but again, it's just time and energy that I don't want to put into growing these out. Like this leaf, I'm not going to propagate this leaf because I know that I struggle with leaf propagation. It could just rot on me and then I'm wasting time and energy into propagating it when I can just propagate it with a node and it do much better for me. Back when I first started selling, I probably would have tried to save every little piece that I could, but the longer you've been selling and the more props you have and the more mother plants you maintain, sometimes it's just not worth it. Saving everything that I possibly can. So yeah, I'm not saving those. Those will go in the bin, and that's just my thoughts on that. So we have one more in here. Oh no, we have two more in here, and then we'll take, I think, a couple clippings of a few of these. My bin is already getting full. I thought I could fit more in here than I could, but I don't want to squish them. I could probably move some of them closer together. I could probably do like another, maybe 3 or 4 in here. Oh, I wanted to prop this one. This is the Begonias. Look how cool this one is. I freaking love this begonia. It's so unique. That is Luna's tail. It's so cute. So this is a rhizome begonia, rhizomatous. And I'm like, oh, how am I going to prop this? Because the rhizome is all in the soil. I might have to wait on this one. Because again, I don't want to do leaf propagation. It's so freaking cute though. I'm gonna have to wait for it to grow off and then I can cut the rhizome because this is all rooted down in here. Shucks. Yeah, okay, I'll wait on this guy. Still really cute. Okay, the last one I want to propagate is the pink urchin. Look at the little blooms. Look how cute they are. This used to be really big. This is a terrarium begonia, needs high humidity. My mother plant died when I took it out of the other terrarium that I have down here. But before it died, I took 2 clippings and I planted one in here and planted one in the other one. And I would say about 2-3 weeks ago, I took one of them out and sat it in the cabinet in about 70% humidity. And this one threw a fit. I think it's stabilized though. So I think I've acclimated this one to like 70% humidity. It lost all of its leaves here though. They all melted because it went from 100% humidity to 70. It was like a big shock. So I'm not messing with this one. It's still acclimating to more ambient conditions. But it's growing, it's flowering. I feel like it's stabilized. So eventually as this one grows, I'll prop from this one. But my other one is still in high humidity. That's the one I'm going to take clippings from, which I feel like I should take clippings from this one because it's been acclimated to lower, but this one's smaller. And I'm eventually going to transfer this other one out of high humidity. This was like my test subject. And now that I know this one did okay, I can take the other one out at some point. And she is in here and she's growing away. Look at all those beautiful blooms. I probably shouldn't take clippings from one that's been in extremely high humidity. The leaves are probably going to melt. Yeah, the leaves are soaking wet. Yeah, this terrarium is filled with water. Look at that. I have to empty that. That's probably why she melted, but look how pretty she is. Like one of the prettiest begonias. I would love to prop this one and have some available for someone. She's super wet. I'm gonna take a clipping of her though. I was gonna do 2 because I had that cloche to put her in. Not cloche, but little container. I got this from Michael's craft store. I got a couple of them. I might get some more for begonia propagation. It's a jewelry organizer for like beads and stuff, but it just opens like that. And 2 of these cups, I thought more would fit in here, but this size, 2 of them fit. So I was gonna do 2 in moss and like, yeah, and then close it. Doesn't give me a ton of room at the top though. I was gonna do that for the pink urchin. I mean, I could do a layer of moss and bring it down a bit, but I don't wanna have to like untangle them from moss and then pot them up. I'd rather have them in their individual cups. I'm gonna do it, you guys. I'm gonna take a clipping right here on this edge right here. I think what I might do, since there's 2 nodes, I might just do 2 tiny cuttings and let them grow. They'll be growing for a while. I'm gonna dump this out really quick. I do vent her every week when I water the cabinet, but that's it. Like, I like take the lid off and sit her on the floor while I'm watering, and then I put the lid back on top. What I could do is like leave the lid ajar a little bit, but that's for another day. I'm gonna leave her back in here. Actually, I'm gonna leave her vented a little bit more while I pot these up for airflow. I need to turn my camera off. It's getting overheated, but I'm gonna cut this again. There's like 2 nodes. Each will have a leaf like this. Oh shit, of course I dropped one. So this has a node and this one has a node. I'm gonna quickly pot these up in the moss off camera, and I'll be back on to show you them, and then hopefully these guys do okay. Okay, the camera was not off very long, but enough to show you these, and then we'll move over there. So this I'm gonna just mist just to increase humidity. And then I potted them. They're just like barely touching the top of the moss in there, and hopefully they root up just fine. I love the freaking spikes on this begonia. It's so cool. One of the prettiest begonias ever created. Okay, and then we're gonna shut this, and perfect. And that should hold pretty good humidity because it's sealed. So these 2 I'm gonna leave in the cabinet here. I'm gonna let them prop in here, and then obviously this is going to go in the shop room. All right, so that is it for the begonias in the cabinet, and then we'll move over here and take a few more to fill up our bin, and we'll get finished up here. Okay, I am back. I took a little bit of a break to let my camera cool, and I got sidetracked filming a reel with my snow-capped begonia. I was like, oh, she's so pretty. I want to get a photo with her. And I'm like, no, let me make a reel. I haven't done a reel in so long. I feel like I rarely film short form content anymore, and I kind of miss that in a way. I used to film so much short form, like twice a day, consistently for like 2 years, and then I just got so busy with everything. I'm like, something has to get cut, and it was short form content. But I hope to bring it back, maybe like even once a week. I feel like I post once a month, if that. It's rare now. Okay, so we're gonna work with this cart here and take a few more propagations, like I said, and get finished up. I am gonna go ahead and take a few more clippings of the pink maculata, and we're gonna stick these in water. I'd like to water prop the pink maculatas just to get, like I said, a little bit of roots going first. I tried propagating these in perlite before, and they got so much burn marks and everything on them. It was so weird. I'm gonna do this big cutting here. Like so. She's been dropping some leaves, but she's got some new ones on the way here. Probably underwatering. If I underwater these just a little bit, like if I'm a day or so late, they can get kind of crispy. I'm not gonna cut that tendril off. I may eventually, but I'm gonna let this cutting just sit in some water, and I think we'll do a couple more. I'm gonna do this one growing out this way. This one here, I'm gonna cut here. Yeah, this one's all green. I feel like I don't see any variegation on that leaf. This one may not produce any variegation. I'll have to see. There's a little bit on this leaf, so it may. Did this one in here. But like I said, I've gotten some really variegated growth from her. I may have to fill this up a little bit more with water. And I may do one more. Let's see. I may go ahead and just do this other cutting down here. And it'll be like a mid cut like that. We'll stick that one in there. I kind of want to do one more. I might go ahead and do this one as well. Okay, one more cutting. Okay, so those are all in there. This Soli Matata variegated, I would like to do a rhizome cutting if I can, because like I said, I cannot do leaf propagation on this one. Yeah, I have a couple spots. I might just do 2 of these, and then that'll be it for, I think, begonia propagation. Trying to see. I have a couple different shoots, and these might just be all green, but if it does, oh well. Okay. So that's a small enough cutting. It has a tiny, tiny bit of irrigation, like right there. But we'll go ahead and plant that in moss. Do I want to do moss for this one? I think last time I potted them directly in my soil mix, and they rooted up just fine. Or should I just stick it in water temporarily? I don't know, I'll have to see. Let me do one more cutting. I'm gonna cut this leaf. It's crispy. This one is a very thirsty begonia. I'm just gonna toss this leaf. I need to upsize this pot, honestly. It's one of the, I think it's probably the thirstiest begonia that I have in here out of all my begonias. Okay, I'm gonna do this edge over here, I think. Yeah. Ah. It's got a little bit of variegation coming in on the newest leaf. So we'll have that cutting like that. I'm still on the hunt. I may get a different specimen. When I originally bought this one, I bought it according to the image on the listing, and the description said exact plant, and I got sent not the exact plant. I mean, it does produce some leaves with like variegation here, but I would say mine is pretty low variegated, so I'm still on the hunt. I may hopefully find a different specimen, and maybe like it'll activate growth on a variegated side. Maybe. And it'll produce more. This leaf is crispy too. I'm gonna get rid of this one. It's crisping up, probably from underwatering. Okay, that's good. I'm only gonna do the 2 for now. I'll let her kind of grow. She's got some like shoots coming in, so I'll let those kind of grow a bit more. I don't want to do the Soli Matata in moss, so I think I'll just stick them in water with the maculatas here and let them root up a bit, and then I'll pot these directly into my soil mix. I'm just dumping some more water to fill this up. I think we'll just stick these down in here like so. Okay. I have a few begonias to pot up in the other room, a few that were water propping, so I'll probably do that and probably focus on taking care of more props. I did a lot the past few days. I feel like I kind of needed a break from that a little bit, potting up so much. So yeah, all the nodes are covered. These should root up fairly quickly, so we'll let that root under the grow lights in there. And then here's another look at the bin. We definitely could fill it up a little bit more. But that's okay. I didn't want to overcrowd them, I guess. So I'll probably do more snow-capped variegated since she's really, oh, I meant to do the white ice. Maybe I can cut one white ice. Let me just snap a vine here. I'm gonna let, I usually let this water propagate as well. I think I'll do 2. I'll do this cutting here, that. And then for these, what I usually do, I'll just do the ends and I'll remove the lowest leaf like that and then just stick that in water. I might do one more end cutting. Let's do this one here. And same thing. I'll take that lower leaf off. These crispies drive me crazy. I have to like peel them all off. It's satisfying peeling the crispies. I have to like peel them. I could literally spend all day like going around and peeling the crispies off plants. So those are the 2 white ice. I remember when I had my big philodendron in here, and especially El Choco. I feel like El Choco and Sorderoy, and I think that was really it, but they had really big sheaths because the plants were huge. I'm gonna stick these down in here, squeeze them in here. And I would wait for the, you know, the sheath to dry completely, and it was so satisfying peeling it. Oh, I love that. I would do it on my stories all the time. I would like share that because I just think it's so satisfying. Maybe I'm just weird. I'm gonna stick this down in here too. Stick as many as I can in here. Okay, I think I fixed it. I think everyone's underwater. I'm gonna have to very carefully set that on my shelf in there. I love having like bouquets of propagations around. So much prettier than flowers, huh? But yeah, I think that kind of wraps up today's video. I'll get those put away and my mess cleaned up and all the crispies sweeped up. I have like a mess of crispies on the floor. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed it and it was somewhat interesting. Sometimes I feel like these videos kind of get repetitive in a way. I feel like, I don't know if it's still interesting for you to see like propagation and potting up. I feel like once you do it so many times, I don't know if it's worth filming anymore. So that's why I do a lot of propagation and stuff off camera. I do want to go corm digging soon, so I may make a video around that on some of my like mother plant alocasias, do some corm digging, and yeah, we'll have some other videos here coming up that I'm going to film probably into next week. Thank you again so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.